Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mayfield off the play fake. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Play fake. Mayfield. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At their 49-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Chubb on the counter. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cassius Marsh drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard
line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Wilson to throw. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Carson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Let's go double count right here, double count.
So that'll back him up 5.
Alert. Check three. Set.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Watch the shit. Good job right there. Watch the shit. Mike 42. Good.
Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at the 34. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
53 at the mark. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. 12 yards there and a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Throwing is Wilson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jerron Brown. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Well, later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first two selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round, but they circled back in the second round and got a really good one in Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Mike, 180. Mike, 5-4. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Right there, 54, right there, 54. Real. Hey, tight. Hey, watch that. Check Mike, 54. Mike, 54.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on air.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So only even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jannard Avery able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Check it backer, check it backer.
Gun. 14. 42 to Mike, boys, 42.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, all knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 36 yards on the play. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
2nd and goal on the Seahawks 11-yard line.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Zero. So Mike 42, Mike 42. 42's Mike, 42.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Wilson. And that's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Kill. Got it. 18. 42's the Mike, boys, 42.
Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. And Jennings has it. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike 58, right there. I know he ain't got it. 58 is the Mike. No pass. They gonna need some therapy after this. Shit.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defense.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point safely through, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
He's coming. We got double up. 12. Alert.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And out across midfield down to the 45. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Now, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has their only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jannard Avery able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. It's caught. Beckham. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
20.
45-yard line.
Regular. Wide. Get wide. Alert.
A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
They go play action. Mayfield. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
1st down. 1st and 10. 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and
2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Wilson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Alert. Mike 42. Touchdown, defense. 42's the mark. No gain on this defense, no gain. Check, 42's the mark.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jannard Avery in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
50 Cent. Mike, 50 Cent. Go. Check. 57's Mike.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. he's got Lockett. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
You better bring it. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Switch.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
I'm coming.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he's going to go down again. Michael Kendricks picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Mike 42, Mike 42. I'm coming after you. 12. 42 the Mike, boys, 42. 42 the Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Check out. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Slam. 80 weapon.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Undercrush, undercrush,
Chubb will get the call running left. And he's taken down inside the 30. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
180!
Mike 54, Mike 54. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Mayfield down. He finds Beckham complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now it's Wilson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Olivier Vernon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4 down. 12.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
180.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Point it right. SOS.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play. In this situation, down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield. with his third touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Next to score, Browns 35, Seahawks 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. A strong running. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Good. 180.
Mike 54. Record.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cleveland, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.